One of the biggest mistakes that we see in 3-on-3 basketball games is, of course, just players doing whatever they want to do, or they will just pass and stand there and say, yo, I'm open. I just passed you the ball, but I'm still open. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down different plays that you can run with your friends or your 3-on-3 team to win more games. Let's get down. Let's check these out. So in this first play, we're going to have a pass over to player 2, and player 1 is going to be cutting towards the rim. When he cuts towards the rim, obviously if he's open, you could hit him up for a layup. But let's say he is not open for a shot. At this time, we're going to have player 2 dribble towards the top, and we're going to then have player 3 set what's called a pin down screen for player 1. At this time, player 1 is going to be popping off of that screen, where now player 2 could pass him that ball for a 3-point shot. Now, if he gets that ball but he's not open to be able to hit that shot, at this time, we can have player 3, he's the screen man essentially. He's going to be essentially setting the back screen here for player 2 to be able to cut to the rim for the easy layup. We have to remember that, of course, even if you are not running plays, you should still be running off ball, setting screens for other people or the player with the ball, and that will literally allow you to be able to win more games. Now, this next play is very similar to a triangle style offense. This is going to be a lot of fun. All you need to do is pass over to player 2, and player 1 is going to then cut down towards that low corner. We're then going to at the same time have player 3 set up in the low post, and player 3 has a couple of different options that he could run. After posting up for a second, he can go out, set the back screen on player 1, and player 1 could cut to the rim for a layup. That's a fantastic option that could be open to him. Or player 3 could set the screen now for player 2, and of course when that happens, this may drop player 1 off, where player 2 may have a layup or he can kick it out to player 1. So that basically gives player 3 multiple different options. However, going with the first option where he sets that back screen on player 1 will then cut across. If he's open, of course hit him up. If he's not open, then at that time he's going to clear out, and now player 3 will be the one who is going to set that screen on player 2, so that now when player 2 is attacking baseline, player 3 is going to roll towards the high post, and player 2 could easily obviously hit that layup, or he can kick it to the high post for the mid-range shot. I really like it. Even in 5-on-5 games, if we set a screen for the wing player, I really like it if they use baseline to have player 3 roll to the high post, especially if you're going against a zone defense. In a 5-on-5 game, this is going to open up so many opportunities if you get that ball into the high post. This next play, we're going to start the ball out on the wing, and we're going to have the wing to point pass, and now we're going to have player 3 set a screen across to player 1 so that player 1 does a high cut across the free throw line. Now, if this lane is open, definitely look to pass him the ball, because he could just go in for that right-handed layup if player 3 didn't hedge off, or if player 1 wasn't able to follow him, or if player 1, of course, cheated and went underneath the screen, then of course that's not going to be open. And anytime a defender goes underneath a screen, you as the offensive player should do the opposite as to what he does, in which case this 3-point shot may be actually open to take. If that's not open, let's say he still gets that ball, however, we always want to have that player who's setting that initial screen to set a screen for somebody else. Now player 2 could cut either left or right using player 3 as a back screen, and of course this could create many different opportunities for him to be able to score layups from. This next play is a dribble handoff weave, and it's a lot of fun. Basically all you're going to need to do is essentially dribble handoffs the entire time until you find that finally one of your defenders gets stuck on that screen. So let's say he didn't get stuck, he went over, everything's still fine, and then now let's say we're coming together, and now finally player 1's man gets stuck on that screen. Now player 1 can finally attack that basket after doing those continuous dribble handoffs until you find somebody who finally has essentially an open lane to attack the basket. The last play is a super simple simple play. We're essentially going to be having a sandwich screen, or at least what I call a sandwich screen up top. Player 1 can decide which way he wants to go. Let's say he wants to go left. Player 2 in this case would then roll towards the basket. And if none of these players are open, what we would then see is player 2 close or clear out towards the side that he was going towards. And now player 3 is going to set the secondary screen for player 1 to go back the opposite way, in which case that hopefully should be open to hit up for the layup. I hope that these videos help you win more 3-on-3 basketball games. If they do, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.